I'm Thurangira Mitchiraga. A couple of years ago, I met somebody whose name you have perhaps heard here in my channel lately. Her name is Allie. She lives here with me. She is my girlfriend. Now, I want you to meet Allie. Finally. Um, this is Allie. And wait, before I turn the camera over there, she's sitting right here beside me. Right, Allie?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a special reason for doing this. Two big reasons. Number one, the most important, is Allie's story is an amazing one. It's quite amazing. And she deserves to have it heard. And you need to hear it. Number two, her story involves or has something to do with the material here on my channel, the self-mastery and personal evolvement material here on my channel. Her accomplishments in life have a lot to do with application of the material here on my channel. Her story will be a testament or a testimonial, serve as a testimonial to the effectiveness of the material here on my channel and why I'm not blowing my own horn. No. It's time for her to blow hers. Okay? And for you to hear the connection, to know the connection among her story and the material in this channel for your own good, for your own benefit, for your own use, to help instrument and orchestrate your own personal evolvement and achievement in life, your own self-mastery. To put it bluntly, if you accomplish half of what Allie has accomplished with this material, you'll be doing great. Okay, this is Allie. Whoops, excuse me. Now I'm gonna ask Allie some questions, and she'll just provide answers. Okay, you'll be able to see her, probably not me, but this is Allie. Allison, what did you just see? Let's just start off. You just were sitting over there on the couch, and you said to me that what you just saw makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
I'll ask you why a little later, right afterwards, but I'm just winging it here, as you know, I often do. What did you just see on the internet while you were sitting over there on the couch that made you say that? Let's just start with that. Just tell me what you saw, the way you told it to me.
What I saw was four people had got arrested.
Yep.
And for letting a 9-year-old boy become malnourished, and he only weighed 15 pounds. And he also had cerebral palsy, like I do.
They let him die?
Mm-hmm.
And at the time of his death, he weighed only 15 pounds?
Yes.
He had cerebral palsy?
Yes, he did.
Like you do?
Yes.
How did that make you feel good about yourself? Why did that make you feel good about yourself?
I don't know, just seeing something about cerebral palsy in an article like that makes me feel good about myself. How horrible other people may have it.
Yeah, of course. Tell me what it was like, what your birth was like, or the conditions of your birth. Like what led up to the conditions of your birth, and what were the things, what kind of medical difficulties and psychological difficulties were you born with? Let's just start with that. what medical or body, difficulties were you born with, and what mental difficulties were you born with? If you can't remember them all, I'll help you.
Well, I can't remember all the mental difficulties.
Well, let's try the physical ones.
But at birth, I was born with osteomyelitis. It's a disease.
Yeah, it's a bone disease.
That like eats away at your bones.
Yep. Where did you have that? Did it affect any specific part of your body?
Yes, my right hip.
Your right hip?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else? Cerebral palsy, you said. Cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy. The osteomyelitis, I'm not sure if it progressed even further. I don't know.
Yeah.
The answer to that.
Anything else about your legs?
Mm-hmm. The length discrepancy.
Leg length discrepancy.
No,
How much of a difference?
4 inches.
One leg was 4 inches shorter than the other.
Yes.
So what happened about what did they have to do eventually about the osteomyelitis in your right hip?
I have no idea if they cured the osteomyelitis, but they fused my right hip to my pelvis.
They fused your right hip to your pelvis, and your right femur, your upper leg, to your hip, right?
Not really. No.
It's called a hip fusion.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a steel pin in there, connecting it all together.
Connecting my hip to my pelvis. Nothing to do with my femur.
Okay.
That comes later when.
Oh, okay. But your femur head is not there, right?
Yeah, my femur head on my right hip is not there.
Right. So what else about your birth? You had the cerebral palsy, the leg length discrepancy, and the osteomyelitis in the right hip, right? Your feet, I think, are a little deformed too. At least one of them is the right foot.
Yes, the right foot.
Oh, how about equilibrium, your balance?
My balance was horrible.
How much did you weigh when you were born?
Pound and a half.
A pound and a half.
Mm-hmm.
You told me that your entire body fit into your father's hand.
Yes, the palm of his hand.
The palm of his hand.
Yes. I was able to fit into. Do you remember Cabbage Patch Kids clothes?
Yeah.
I could fit the Cabbage Patch Kids clothes. I was that small.
Damn. Well, now. So, at what week of your mother's pregnancy with you were you born?
23rd week?
23rd week?
I think.
That's about the 50% point in a pregnancy.
I know it was 5 months.
I understand, Allison, that at the 23rd week, that's the point of decision.
Yes.
Whether to let a premature baby, a premature birth baby, live or die.
Yes.
At the 23rd week, that's the maybe we'll let it live, maybe we'll let it die point. Because 24th or 25th week, they let it live.
Yes.
At the 22nd or 21st week, they let it die because it's not worth saving.
Right.
23rd week, they have to toss a coin.
Right.
And they let you live.
Yes.
So, what did they have to do to keep you alive?
They had to put me in an incubator for... I think I was told, like... 2 months, 2.5 months. That's 102 days.
How many months? 2 months? That's 60 days. 2 months is 60 days.
Okay.
So did they tell you 100 days or 102 days?
102 days.
Well, that's about.
My mom told me actually that.
That's about 3 months, 3.5 months.
Okay.
That's about 3.5 months. And also respirator, because you couldn't breathe on your own.
Yes.
And the incubator, because your body could not regulate its temperature.
No.
Do you still have temperature regulation problems?
Yes, I do.
One of the conditions to maintain your body warmth was that you had to have body warmth. That you had to have body warmth assistance by way of physical contact, right?
Yes.
With a heat source.
Yes.
Not just blankets.
No.
Hence the incubator. That's one of the main reasons for the incubator, right?
Yeah.
But still, that would be a little difficult because you actually needed body contact.
Yes.
Okay. On to mental difficulties. Have you been classified as mentally retarded?
Yes, I have.
Then I guess that means that you had to be in special ed classes in school.
Yep.
So what was that like for you?
Terrible. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it at all?
No.
I don't blame you.
I hate it.
Well, did anybody ever make fun of you? Nobody ever did that, did they?
Yes, they did.
Oh, but come on, Allie. Why would they do that? That's not nice.
They would still make fun of me.
Well,
and everybody walking the halls would make fun of me.
Everybody in school?
Yes.
Wasn't there like one person who didn't do it?
Yeah.
How many didn't do that?
One.
Only one.
Yes, one.
And this went on your whole way through school?
Yes, it did.
So did that make you feel depressed?
Yes.
Did it make you feel like you didn't belong?
Yes.
Didn't belong in school or just didn't belong anywhere?
Just didn't belong really anywhere.
What about at home? I mean, you must have had a lot of great attention at home.
No. Of course not.
Well, did you grow up in a clean home?
No.
Were you treated with a lot of respect?
No.
Didn't your mother try to teach you things?
No.
Whenever you wanted to talk to her about how you were feeling, she of course would listen because she was your mother, right?
She would listen, but she wouldn't care.
What about your father? I mean, he must have been with you by your side. Weren't you his little angel? Didn't he say you were his little angel? Right? Didn't he say? He said that? My
dad.
Your real father.
My real father, he did, yes.
So he must have been there the whole time you were growing up.
No.
Why not?
He died when I was 9 years old.
So then you had a stepfather.
Yes.
Well, he must have been very helpful.
No.
I would assume.
No, it was not.
Did he do some things that were not good?
Yes.
Really not good?
Yes.
Like the really not good things?
Yes.
Oh, my. So, did you ever feel really? Did you ever have self-confidence difficulties? I mean, like
Yes.
not really be able to talk to other people very well.
Yes.
Well, how did you get around? How did you walk? I mean, with all this leg length discrepancy and hip fusion and so forth. Did you have a lot of trouble, I guess, getting around?
Yes.
How did you get around?
Walker
A walker
and a wheelchair.
and a wheelchair.
Yes.
Well, how long were you? You're not in a wheelchair now, right?
No.
Well, how long's it been since you were in a wheelchair?
2 years.
2 years? Wow. Later on here, I'll ask you what happened to change that. Um, well, okay. So did you spend any of time having to like have surgeries and time missed in school?
Yes.
Well, how old were you when that happened?
Like 15.
15? Well, how long were you out of school when you were 15?
A year. A year and. Well, a year and 8 days.
Where did you go? What did you do?
I was homeschooled.
You were homeschooled. By who?
By my English teacher, Mrs. Bruce.
Your English teacher, Mrs. Bruce.
Yes.
Was she really nice?
Not really.
Did she do a good job?
Yes.
But she wasn't very nice?
Not really.
You think she wanted to be there?
No.
No. So she would just come over after her regular day of school, come over to your place, right?
Yes, every day.
For how long?
Probably for like 4 hours.
Wow.
Teaching me every subject that I had gone through.
Did you learn things easily?
No. I got sidetracked really easy.
Really?
Yes.
And they said you were mentally retarded.
Yes.
Well, if you were not shown much or taught much, and were you kind of ignored at home?
Yes.
Well, no, it couldn't have been as bad as something like sit in a corner and shut up, could it?
No,
It wasn't that bad,
not that bad. But that's what it felt like.
did it? Or you
Every
sat in
single
front of a
day.
TV?
Yes.
Were you taken places?
No. Not often.
If your mother Did your mother ever feel like she was just dragging you around?
Yes.
How do you know she felt like that?
She said so.
Yeah, that's what you've told me before. And she often did not want to just drag you around, right?
Yeah.
You told me that. She would say, I don't feel like dragging you around again today, right?
Yep.
So she had some friends who she said should look after you.
Yes.
How did that work out in life?
Not well.
Did any of them act like your stepfather?
Yes.
You mean like the men?
Yes.
Were you sexually molested?
Yes.
Well, you were handicapped
Yes.
and mentally retarded.
Yes.
You told your mother about some of this, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Did your mother kind of like that kind of music, like, running with the devil and all that?
Yes.
Did she have a business of her own?
Yes.
How did she treat people? You said she was quite manipulative and would tell people whatever they wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And you didn't really learn the difference between a truth and a lie from her.
Yes. She was manipulative.
Yeah.
And when she had her DJing gigs,
Yeah.
she was sort of like fair to all the
Yeah. Well, she had to
people
run the
in
business,
bars.
of course, yes.
Yeah.
And she would so-called drag you around for that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, did you learn how to cook at home?
No.
I mean, all this time at home. Wait, were you in a hospital bed
Yes.
during that year or so at home?
Yes.
Oh, that was all in a hospital bed?
Yes.
In the living room?
Yes.
Why were you in a hospital bed? You had had surgery?
Yes.
What was that?
Leg lengthening.
Leg lengthening.
Yes.
Did that happen just all at once in one day?
Yes.
Well, what about that thing called an Elizaroff frame? It looked like a big bird cage wrapped around your leg.
Yes, it did.
It looks really scary.
Yes,
I've
it
seen
does.
them.
Yes.
If you want to know what an Elizaroff frame is, I think it is spelled Alizir.
No.
Can you spell it? Elizaroff or Elizaroff.
Elizaroff.
Off. O-T-H?
O-T-V.
O-T-V. Elizarov.
Yeah.
Okay, like a Russian name. Elizarov frame. Look it up. Look for images of the Elizarov frames. They look medieval. They go through your leg bones. And it's this big cage that's like the length of the leg. And it has knobs, dials, gears, and so forth. And every day, every so often, like every day or every week, your mother had to crank these things a little further
Yes,
to keep stretching your leg bones.
4 times a day.
4 times a day.
There were 4 knobs.
Yes.
So 4 times a day she had to crank. It started from my hip down to my ankle.
And that was around your leg while you were in this bed.
Yes, for a year and a half.
So you couldn't move.
No. And the therapist came to the house.
Oh, the therapist. Tell me about that therapist.
Yeah. Therapist came to the house about, I think, 3 times a week.
Yeah.
To help me get my knee bent.
To help you get your knee bent.
In that Elizabeth, it hurt like crazy.
So this therapist was really great, and I'm sure your mother liked her coming around.
No, she did not.
So your therapist got fired.
Yes,
by your mother.
And
so you didn't get the right help.
On.
And the hospital what?
And the hospital.
Fired her too?
Yep.
So you didn't really get the help you needed in learning to bend your knee?
Nope.
Did that go on for a long time so that you really have a difficulty bending your knee now?
Yes.
Oh my. Okay. So with all of this going on, you didn't learn to cook at home?
No.
Did you learn to clean the house?
No.
I mean, you were watching.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do much else. Did you actually, like your mother, help you learn how to do things like dry the dishes?
No.
Come on, she must have had you doing a little food prep by her side.
No.
Did she let you talk to people, like learn how to, like write a check?
No.
Did she help you with your math?
Nope.
Did she help you learn how to write?
No.
Did she help you learn how to talk right?
No.
Talk properly? What about personal hygiene? Did she teach you how to brush your teeth?
No.
Did you end up with any teeth problems or gum problems?
Yes.
Like what?
Periodontal disease. Now that I know what that is.
Do you have any evidence on your front teeth of difficulties from all of those?
Yes.
Can I see? So you have dark teeth, stained teeth.
Yes.
And you have a big cavity on your front tooth.
Yes, I do.
A dark hole in your front tooth.
Yeah.
that we're hoping to get fixed sometime.
Yes.
Do you have periodontal disease anymore?
No.
Okay. Did you learn how to brush your hair?
Yes.
Did you learn how to make a nice straight part? I see a nice straight part there right now. Did you do that?
Yes.
Did your mother teach you how to do that?
No.
Did you learn how to use the shower at home?
No.
No?
I do now. But I didn't then.
Was there anything about everyday life skills that you were taught as you grew up?
No.
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 Okay, so if you were born with all of these medical problems and mental retardation and you weren't shown anything, you weren't taught anything at home, then you must have been behind in learning in your social life too.
Yes.
You must have been very far behind. So then that would be called developmental retardation as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Is your mother still alive?
No.
How old are you now?
28.
How old were you when your mother died?
25.
3 years ago, she died.
I was 24.
Okay, so 3 or 4 years ago, your mother died.
Yes.
Were you homeless after that at all?
Yes.
You lived out in the woods?
Yes.
In a wheelchair?
Yes.
Did you have clean clothes?
No.
Did you have clothes that fit?
No.
Did you have access to running water to keep your body clean?
No.
Did you know how to find those things by asking for them?
No.
We'll come back to you in a moment, Allie.
Okay.
When I met Allie, that's the condition that I found. Allie wanted to come to my place. My place had just burned down. I lost my place of living. And I was just in the process of acquiring where you see us now, which is a rather decent place to be. It was brand new. I was just moving in, bringing my stuff in. And Allison saw me in our local town here, and she saw me frequently. She was outdoors a lot, and she tended to follow me around and be very nice to me and talk very nicely to me and request to come visit. And I didn't want anybody visiting my place. I finally had a nice, clean, new place of my own. And I didn't want anybody to disturb that. But I brought Allie over. And she would sit on the couch. Allie, where would you sit when you would come in my place? 2 years ago, or a little more, 2.5 years ago. Did you feel free enough to walk around through the living room and just sit down wherever you felt like?
No.
You know I know the answers to all these questions, right?
Yes, I do.
So you would come in the front door and find the place nearest the front door and sit down,
Yes.
right? Every time.
Yes.
And leave your coat on.
Yes.
Was it cold in here?
No.
So why would you sit right near the door with your coat on and not even really lean back and relax much? Why? You told me why.
Yes.
Why was it?
Because I felt like every time I come over to somebody's house, which was hardly ever, that whenever I sat whenever I sat by the front door,
Excuse me.
that made me, like, I don't know how to word this.
You told me that your mother always had you on the verge of having to go.
Yes.
That you were always slow, and you were blamed for being slow.
Yes.
So you sat near the door so that if it was time to go, you wouldn't hold anybody back.
Mm-hmm.
So that you could get there really fast.
Yes.
By being close to the door.
Yes.
Because everybody else could move faster than you.
Yeah.
So maybe you wouldn't, hold them up as they're leaving.
Yeah.
And be an embarrassment to them. That's what you told me. So you would always sit near the door when you would come into my house.
Yep.
In case it was time to go.
Yep.
Then I wouldn't have to wait.
Yep.
Allie would come to my house. I would frequently let her sleep overnight on the couch. If she needed a shower, I had to help her in the shower. She didn't know how to take a shower. She couldn't get in and out of the bathtub. But she also didn't know how to take a shower. I had to help her with everything in here when she was here. And I would become irritated sometimes because I had a brand new place. I had a brand new interior. It had just been renovated, rebuilt. Completely. Front to back, top to bottom. I wanted to keep it that way for life. But it didn't stay that way. Because Allie had no idea how to maintain an environment at all. Walls got smudged very quickly. Allison knew nothing that you and I take for granted. How to talk on the phone, how to wash a fork in the sink, how to wash hands after using the bathroom, after using the toilet, how to dry her own hair, how to comb or brush or actually part her own hair in a straight line, how to ask for things, common courtesies. She didn't know not to watch people doing things in their house that they don't want to watch. She didn't know any of the things that you and I would normally just take for granted. She knew nothing. But I want you to take a look at Allie. Now, I'm going to put the camera back over on her and ask her to stand up. I want you to see something visual and then extrapolate that onto the social parts and the mental parts, the cognitive parts, because it all has developed just like the physical part here. Have a look. Allie, could you stand up?
Yes.
Move back there a little bit. There you go. This is Allison now, standing tall. Whenever she would get out of the wheelchair before and use her walker or let go of it, she leaned forward quite a lot. She could not hold her head up straight. She had a horrible hunchback on one side, terrible scoliosis of the spine. She could not look straight forward at somebody in the eye. She was always looking up like this at somebody. But look at her now. She's looking straight into the camera. She's standing tall. She's standing erect. As you can see, she's not falling when stepping even backwards. Her balance is pretty good. She limps mildly when she walks. There appears to be no great leg length discrepancy anymore. She takes her own showers. She is learning to cook. She's doing rather well with that. She does the dishes. She does the laundry. She cleans the house. She takes care of bills over the phone. Do you do all of these things, Allie? Have a seat again, baby.
Yes, I do.
Are you talking better than you used to?
Yes, I am.
It was very difficult to understand what you were saying 2.5 years ago.
Yes, it was.
Why have all of these changes taken place? Do you have a wheelchair anymore?
No, I don't.
You don't even have your wheelchair.
No.
Are you still hoping to get a power chair someday?
No.
Well, that was a dream of yours.
Yes, it was.
You had written that into a list of motivating goals.
I actually had one and got rid of that too.
Do you still have a walker?
Yes.
Do you use it much?
No.
How did all these changes take place, Allison?
Because of your program on YouTube.
Well, I think you figured we were coming to that. Have I been strict?
Yes, you have.
Have I been caring?
Yes.
Do you feel wanted?
Yes.
Do you feel like you belong somewhere?
Yes.
Do you have a home?
Yes.
You have a forever home?
Yes.
Do you feel loved?
Yes.
And
Every
yet-
day.
And yet, you find that self-mastery training is difficult,
Yes.
but you do it.
Yes.
Have you been here through me? Have you heard me make almost all the videos that are on my YouTube channel?
Yes, I have.
You've been like right here?
Yes.
Do you remember that character Head Foreman says
Yes,
that I created?
do.
How about Dr. Clever Swineborn, pastor?
Yes.
and most recently, Libtard the moron.
Yes.
Do you like Libtard?
Yes, I do.
Well, now wait a minute. Wouldn't that be embarrassing for you? Wouldn't that make you feel bad? I mean, like they told you were mentally retarded, right? And here I am doing this Libtard the moron character. Doesn't that make you feel bad?
No, not really. It's funny.
So you're not a moron?
No.
Are you actually pretty intelligent, or
Yes.
do you understand the stuff in my videos?
Yes, I do.
Really, I mean, even the stuff about the absolute and true selfhood. I mean, there's some rather obscure, topics. Just some remote information. Do you understand it?
Yes, I do.
Well, good grief. Well, now, wait a minute. This is not easy material, is it?
No, it's not.
Well, how in the world can a person who is born with cerebral palsy, can barely stand up straight most of your life, fall down if the wind blows, mentally retarded, socially retarded, how can you do self-mastery training? How can you do this stuff? Wait a minute! It shouldn't be! Have doctors been surprised at the progress you've made, at the changes you've made?
Yes.
Didn't you go to an orthopedic specialist at the Milton S. Hershey Medical Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania?
Yes.
And did he say anything to you? Like, you've been in a wheelchair almost all of your life. You were here, one of my associates put that Alizaroff frame on your leg years ago. I know him. You were in a wheelchair almost all your life, up till at that point it was about a year ago. Did he say, what happened?
Yes.
Did he think it was kind of like a miracle?
Yes.
But was it a miracle?
Not really.
It was a matter of self-mastery training
Yes.
using the material on my channel,
Yes.
which I talk about all the time at home, right?
Yes.
Except when I'm acting like a moron. Or an asshole.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel that you have a sense of your true self?
Yes.
You have experience of that core of your being?
Yes.
Do you feel like there's calmness there?
Yes.
Does it give you confidence knowing that you are not your body?
Yes.
That you are not cerebral palsy
Yeah.
in flesh form?
Yes.
That you are not your mind?
Yes.
That you are not your feelings, your emotions? But that none of those are you?
Yes.
Thank you, Allie.
You're welcome.
So when you saw that a little while ago there on the internet about the little boy, 9 years old, 15 pounds,
Yes.
starved to death
Mm-hmm.
by 4 adults who probably didn't want to give him any attention or nutrition, nourishment of any kind because he had what?
Cerebral palsy.
So it makes you feel good about yourself
Yes.
because that's not you.
No, not anymore.
Thank you. That's Allie. I'll just end by saying this. Allison's story yeah, is a great story. If you find that the material that I post here in my channel that has to do with self-mastery, personal evolvement, establishment of true selfhood, the overcoming, the circumventing of consciousness hijacking on this planet, if you think that material is too difficult for you, have a look at her. I'm Tharain Q. Raman Chirakin. Be well.